Roger Stone.
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 Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone. Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Roger Stone. Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone.
Roger Stone. Roger Stone.
Roger Stone promises to launch a communist revolution. We promise to stand in their way. This is the War Room with Owen Schroyer and Roger Stone. Watch the live stream at Infowars.com/show.
Host Roger Stone with my co-host Owen Schroyer, who is always here manning the ramparts at the War Room. We appreciate your tuning in. Joining us now is a very special friend of the Trump family, Tana Goertz, my friend from Iowa, one of the architects of Donald Trump's historic victory in the Iowa caucuses, a woman who recently was invited and attended the White House Christmas party, got to see the incredible White House decorations for Christmas that the First Lady worked so very hard on and was roundly criticized by the mainstream media. Joining us now, the beautiful, the talented, the energetic, my friend, Tana Goertz. Welcome to the War Room.
Well, thank you, Roger. Aren't you so sweet?
So I have been to a White House Christmas party in the Reagan years, back in the Nixon years, and it's an exciting experience. Tell folks what it was like, because I'd like to see them put themselves in your shoes.
Oh, it was absolutely unbelievable. It was so gorgeous. From the minute we walked through the front doors, you could smell the evergreen, the trees. We were greeted by a lovely tray with a white cloth and beautiful champagne flutes, gold rimmed, of course, with one of the best tasting champagnes I've ever had. But that was just walking through the door. So as we were sipping our way through the White House from room to room, I was just in awe of our First Lady. And I just kept thinking, wow, Melania, I mean, I've known Melania for over 14 years, and she's not only absolutely drop dead gorgeous and intelligent, but this is a woman of grace and class. And swimming through each room, going from the China room and seeing how impeccably dressed the tables were, to the trees, to the food, everything was so impeccable that this is such a woman that, in my opinion, is the greatest. I believe that, that we hear that this is the year of the woman. Well, why are we not propping First Lady Melania Trump up? Because the decorations were impeccable. The class was first class all throughout the entire day. It was such an honor and a privilege for me and my husband to be able to go. And I can walk you through room by room if you'd like, but the music, the atmosphere, the smells, the food, the champagne, it was glorious from head to toe.
Well, I certainly agree with you that we have one of the kindest, most thoughtful, most gracious, and certainly most beautiful First Ladies since Jackie Kennedy. And the criticism that Melania gets about her clothing, about everything, it's vicious, it's nasty, it's partisan, and it's political. I've known her.
It really is.
I guess I've known her since 2000. And
Wow.
I just think she's a wonderful person. She's cultured, she's kind, she's soft-spoken, she's decent, she cares about children, she cares about shielding her family from the outrageous attacks on them every single day. And I like the red motif. I must say, your color coordination between your dress and the Christmas trees might even get you a place on my best dress list. And speaking of people who are on my yearly international best dress list, Owen Schroyer, do you have some questions for Tana about this incredible experience?
Well, speaking of those red trees, one of the stories that people were running, specifically leftist publications, saying they were death trees. That was actually a headline in some news publications. I think it was Huffington Post or Slate. They said that they were death trees. So can you actually clarify for the audience, they were not actually death trees? It looked like it was it like a berry, or what was the actual story with those trees?
Oh, I don't know the actual story because I didn't want to touch anything. They looked like cranberries, but let me tell you what, there was nothing out of place at that party. The beef Wellington was so tender, you didn't need a knife. I looked at the man who handed me the beef Wellington, and I was looking at him like, "Where's the knife?" And I went, "Okay, obviously you probably don't need a knife." The steak was so tender, you could cut the steak with a fork. That's how impeccable the food was. The red trees with the green carpet, it was so beautiful. There is not one thing anyone can say about the decorations unless you are nothing but a complete, well, unless you can't see, and or you're a complete idiot, and or if you have that much hatred in your body and in your soul that you cannot say this was impeccable. Melania's intelligence was on full display, not only at the Christmas party, but it has been for the past 2 years, in my opinion.
Tell us about the music. I'm curious about the music. Did they have the Marine Band, or did they have a string quartet? What kind of music do they have at the White House Christmas party?
At it all. I'm so glad you asked because I love music, and my father was a trumpet player, so I've grown up just having an appreciation for great musicians. And there were violinists, and I used to be one, but not good. So I was in all of them. There was the Marine Quartet. There was music from the minute I got that first glass of champagne all throughout. Every room had a different theme. There was a dessert room, a table of meats. You can't even imagine a sugar cookie in the shape of the White House that was so wonderful. And thank you for the compliments on the red dress. Unfortunately, that dress was second skin, which means to you men, you can't wear Spanx, and what you got is showing in full force. And so I couldn't eat hardly anything. I did eat the entire beef Wellington because it was just that mouth-watering. But I sipped my way through the White House. But my husband indulged and said, "Tana, this is the best food I've ever had in my entire existence."
Tana, you've worked with the president on a lot of projects over the years. I'm just curious. You've obviously seen the stories they try to run with. Trump is a misogynist. He doesn't respect women. He doesn't believe women can be in positions of power. I mean, you're living proof that that's fake news. But just beyond being living proof, can you provide a testament to your experience working with Donald Trump?
That's a great question, and a lot of people don't ask that. So thank you, Owen. Yes, I will tell you what. In Iowa, I was the highest paid staffer on the campaign. And that's not just because I was his warm-up act or hype girl, as the media like to call me, but President Trump, Donald Trump at that time, knew that I was going to outwork every single person on our staff, that I was going to give it 120% every single day. And he said, put Tana out there, and he paid me better than he paid anybody on the staff. And that's because he knows me, he knows how hard I work, and he appreciates and respects hardworking people, regardless of what your sex is. And I was very proud to say that he put me in the highest position on the campaign and paid me well. So he is by no means anything that the media likes to portray, because I am living proof of that.
Well, Tana, it was, as I said earlier, one of the architects of the president's stunning victory in the Iowa caucuses. She's been joining us quite a bit on Infowars. Tana, I know you're talking to the president about the issue of internet censorship and the danger it poses for the Trump movement, for the president's reform agenda, for his reelection, and for his legacy. So I thank you for joining us, and I know you're going to join us next Wednesday on the Alex Jones Show. Thanks for joining us here at the War Room.
Thanks so much for having me. Have a great day.
Owen, I'm going to let you close this out.
All right, Roger. Well, it's nice to see Tana joining us again, just to come on here as someone that has actual experience to combat the fake news, because, the left gets to publish whatever they want about Trump, and if we don't at least counter it with the truth, we just allow them to stand on lies. But it's funny because they celebrate 2018 being the year of the woman, like Tana said, but they never celebrate Melania Trump, and they ignore the fact that President Trump has appointed more women to his cabinet than any president in United States history. So, one more segment with Roger Stone when we get back. Tons of huge news I need to get Robert's expertise on. So we're going to be just fastball pepper with news on the other side with Roger Stone.
if you're a TV viewer, you can see this limited run shirt that the crew had the idea to do because there's a popular saying on the internet, we're all Alex Jones, don't censor me, and it's got the Gadsden coiled snake. Instead of don't tread on me or won't tread on me, it says, we're all Alex Jones, don't censor me. It's a very soft, nice fabric, black on white t-shirt. It is absolutely free at InfoWarsStore.com with any purchase. That means 1 tube of toothpaste, fluoride-free, colloidal silver, iodine-fortified, super blue, or a water filtration system. Or you buy another t-shirt, you get this one free.